Splatoon Calamari Inkantation requested by BackwardCap, dFangX, and Victor. Let's go. I'm going to be checking a lot of versions, so I can't keep up with all these names and different versions of it, so we'll talk about all about that later. I'm guessing this is the original one. Extremely different from every other Splatoon song I've heard so far. Moving on. The next one. Ah, I see. One of the most popular requests for Splatoon I have. And there's going to be a lot of different versions, Spicy Calamari, live. We got a long video coming up. I like the energy of this one. This is the soundtrack though. Okay, so you guys weren't kidding about the soundtrack being a little more diverse than I originally thought. I'm guessing when here, I'm gonna get used to that sound quite a bit. But yeah, man, ever since I started doing Splatoon, the community came roaring in and like, Calamari Inkantation, Calamari Inkantation. I have no idea what that means, by the way. That's two very odd words. But I'm noticing it's kind of like Chinese overtones. I'm guessing we're going to be hearing a bunch of composers along the way too. I didn't look up anything. I don't know anything about this song, this game. All I know is I've been hearing nothing but like kind of punk rock stuff. This one is just called Calamari Inkantation Squid Sisters Splatoon 2. Let's go. Let's continue this ride. Let's continue the ride. Splatoon fans are eating today. Ooh. Also, I don't know if I'm doing these in order. I think I ordered them correctly, but who knows? Either way, I don't think it matters. Ooh. I kind of like that. At least the melody is catchy enough that it works in multiple genres. Clap. Oh. I remember a couple times I said that, as an outsider, obviously, that I wouldn't think that this game had a lot of lore in it, because it just seems like a multiplayer kind of party game. But the community was very adamant about, like, no, there's a lot of lore. Apparently these are one of them, Squid Sisters. Has a fun nature to it. I like this. The past 3 songs that I've just heard today, right now, have all been completely different from everything I've heard from Splatoon prior to this. So that's interesting. This one sounds kind of like an older BGM. I've only done one other video like this on my channel ever, where I listen to a lot of versions. There's a reason I'm doing this. It's not just like I did it for no reason. But I've been lucky that both times the song has been like catchy enough that it doesn't sound boring. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. There's 8, by the way. So we're on the 3rd one. I like this one the most so far, because of the little... The quality jump from 1 to 2 was pretty big. So this is spicy calamari. I don't know the difference yet. Maybe I'll pick it up. I like this one. This one's good. I don't know, there were so many versions of that. I'm guessing this is a like main theme of this game, or possibly the main theme. This one's just called Spicy Calamari Inkantation. Caitlyn Kwai music video, Splatoon. I'm not sure which Splatoon, but more. Let's go. 4th one. This is the first time I see footage ever, or like movement ever. This is my introduction right here. I've only seen like those still images. Oh, there's actual lyrics? I thought they were just speaking gibberish. Oh. I'm guessing these are the Squid Sisters, as I see tentacles on their hair. Oh my god, 11 million views? These lyrics are not official. Oh, never mind. I'm glad I read that, actually. Alright. So, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but this sounds exactly like the last one I just heard. It's too soon. I don't know them yet, so I can't distinguish them. But oh well, at least we get to hear it again. I don't mind. I think it's identical. Let's look at footage. The good thing is that all these videos are pretty short. I don't have to, like, you know, stay here for 10 minutes each video. I think that's different. Such a vibrant looking game. Is this why it's so requested? Because it's an earworm and it gets stuck in your guy's head? Because I can see that. I'm not gonna like the lyrics since they're not official. Now I'm curious what they're actually saying. This song, compared to all the other ones I heard before, not this video, other Splatoon songs I've heard, this has a very like pop idol weeb energy, no offense. It's just the what I get from it. There's this artist I know called Kiryu, that's Yakuza. Kiari Pamu, I think? I'm getting that whole energy right here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting more questions than I'm getting answers, but at least I'm enjoying the song. This is Calamari Inkantation 3 mix from Splatoon 3. I'm sorry if any of these are out of order. I don't know this game, so hopefully it's not too much of a pet peeve. We're halfway there. 3 mix from Splatoon 3, which is the latest one. I can describe the soundtrack so far as quirky, maybe even whimsical, unexpected. Ooh. What? Random sitar? I don't even know if they've ever changed the voice sample. It sounds the same throughout the whole series. And they just kept like sampling it over and over. Oh yeah. Whistles? Background vocals. Damn. Sounds like a party. All these sound like a party, basically. If anyone here has ever played Nier Automata, you remember the, what was it, the forest village? Sounds like all the kids talking. Pascal's village, I think it was called. I do really like the choir. Kind of fits actually. Makes it feel more legitimate, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't sound so cartoony. I'm just surprised each one has their own identity. Ooh. Oh. Well, halftime. This is good. I would say this is the most musical one so far. Oh, that was it. Calamari Inkantation 3 mix. DJ Octavio featuring the Squid Sisters and Deep Cut Splatoon 3. This might also, again, be the one I just heard, but we'll see. I think it might be. I think it might be. It's so hard to tell. That sounds new. No. I think it's the same one. Well, this is a 7-minute video, so maybe I'll just hear like a loop of it or something. Yeah, I think it's the same one. Yeah, pretty sure it's the same one we just heard. I'll listen to it again, just to not like cut it off completely. Not all of it though. Let's give it another like 30 seconds. This actually might be my favorite one so far. Besides the spicy calamari from Splatoon 2. Alright, let's start fading it out on my own. Manually moving the slider with the cursor. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. Splatoon Squid Sisters live concert at Nico Nico Toekagi 2016. This is time stamped for my convenience. My God, another 5 million views. I had no idea Splatoon was this big. Anyways, let's go. What, holograms? For the Splatoon. This song is a big deal, man. It's got its own, like, orbit, it seems. Kylie and Marie? If you're wondering how I feel, think of, like, not knowing anything and then being thrown all this information all at once in the span of 20 minutes. That's cool though. That's really cool. You know what's gonna happen at the end of this? I'm gonna be like cooking, showering, all this, and I'm gonna be like, God. Let's call it an ear squid instead of an earworm. I feel like I've seen these characters before somewhere. Like, if the developer made something similar prior. I don't know who made it. I don't know the composers either. I don't know anything. Crowd's going crazy. And it's the last song? Yeah, you know that's a big deal. I wonder if this was pre-recorded. Cause there's a band back there. I'm pretty sure I saw a band back there. So I don't know if the singers are just actually back there with like some vocal effect, or if this is... The music is live. I don't know if the vocals are. Hey. This is cool. Yeah, you can see the band right there. I gotta give it up, man. 23 minutes in and I'm not bored of it. I'm slowly being converted into a Splatoon fan. I mean, I already was. Wow, they even animated the little outro? Wow. That's impressive. And then there's one more. Animal Crossing plus Splatoon live concert and Nintendo Live 2022. This is the last one. This is going to be kind of weird because I've never heard Animal Crossing in my life. So I don't know how much of that is going to be in here. Does this count as me also listening to Animal Crossing for the first time? This is a very interesting video so far, but this is the last one. It's 6 minutes of this last live concert. Let's go. Callie from the Squid Sisters in the house. Hello. Oh, it's another one of these. Okay. Oh man, this seems like such a Nintendo fan service thing. Oh, this sounds like the remix? I got it. I'm learning. I only remember that because of the little Indian scale. We got new outfits. So it's like the 3-mix live, I guess. And a bunch of new characters. New animations. Is Splatoon like a big deal? This is crazy. How many views does this one have? 300,000. Stingray. I hate stingrays. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. I don't know where the Animal Crossing is coming yet, but hydrate break. I'm just trying to imagine this like in game. Piano. Oh, that is sick. Sorry, I was looking up what Calimari meant. I was off. I thought it was like shrimp, but it's squid. So, go figure. A couple minutes left. Oh man, the piano's stealing the show right now. I've never had calamari, so I don't really eat seafood. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, it's got like a Latin feel too. It's a good way to end it. Oh boy. I see, I see. Just about ending here. Okay, let's find a good screenshot somewhere. Let's just go with this one. Sure. Well, Calamari Inkantation. Not gonna lie, I've seen that name at this point thousands of times. Even before I introduced Splatoon to the channel, people were like, when you hear Splatoon, you gotta hear Calamari Inkantation. And it stands out so hard, right? It doesn't sound like any other song title. It's like, Calamari Inkantation, what? Two words you don't typically hear, especially together. So I've said before, I have zero context, especially when it comes to Nintendo stuff. So just a really quick recap, I've always thought of this game, and still have no idea, as a kind of multiplayer party game type thing. That's just what it looks like. So I always figured the music would be actually closer to this. So when I was introduced to it with like kind of this punk, kind of like pop punk, ska, not ska, but you know, it was like really high energy and like instruments, guitars and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. But then, oddly enough, that's kind of like all I heard from the series. Out of the, I don't even know how many songs I heard before this, but this time, it was the first time that it kind of deviated and it went into like a separate genre of more like, you know, kind of J-pop and like electronic and kind of dancey stuff. Very little instruments or very little guitars and all that kind of stuff. But what I've noticed is that this has to be, it must be like, not the main theme, but like the theme for Splatoon. It has to be because there's so many versions of it. And I'm sure I didn't even hear all of them. But you know, it's got this much love and attention towards it. It's at the end of concerts. You know, at the end of concerts, what that means. It's, you know, the highlight of the show where everyone, you know, was waiting for. But I did like that they just kept doing all these. They all sounded, the ones that were different, they all sounded different, and they kind of added to it. So they found this nice formula of finding this incredibly simple earworm that can work anywhere. So they just kept expanding on it, expanding on it, expanding on it. And like I said, I think they either nailed down the effects that they had perfectly the first time they recorded it, or they just used the first time they ever recorded it and kept sampling it. Because it's like they have that like locked down. It sounded so uniform throughout the whole thing. And which I'm now guessing, based on all that, is that those are the Squid Sisters that are singing that. Mind you, I don't know anything that's going on here. So I wrote down a couple things. The first one, which I think is the original, I don't know, but the first one I heard sounded very, how do I say that? I would say the most calm out of all of them. It was kind of slower. It sounded way like, it had a very Chinese feel to it. And although that kind of remained throughout a lot of them, here and there, this one had like the most. It had the most kind of grounded sound. And then also based on like what they're wearing too, like I can kind of see that too. The second one I heard, this one had a way more energy. And this to me is like what I imagined before I heard Splatoon at all ever. This is kind of what I imagined it to sound like, just based on the visuals. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about Splatoon. I play party games or anything like that. I'm just saying that, you know, first impression and what I've seen based on how colorful it is and the logos and all that, I just thought it was something on that side. Anyways, but I expected it to sound more like this. This is like the sound that kind of like satisfied my ears. It's like, oh, that's Splatoon to me, even though it's not. It's just one piece of the gigantic puzzle that is Splatoon, but this one had a lot of energy and it was pretty damn good. Third one I heard was Splatoon 2. And this one even had more energy than the last one. This one reminded me a little bit of, I just wrote down little key points that stood out. This one reminded me of old video game music, which I really like Sega, SNES, stuff like that. Kind of like just, you know, 90s stuff, and it just I just kind of like the overall feel of it, but also the quality was a huge jump here. I'm guessing that Splatoon sold well, and then obviously the budget went higher or something like that. And at this point, I said this was the best one so far, which would have been my second favorite. I wasn't planning on like ranking them or anything, because I don't really rank when it comes to a reaction. It's just, but I had so many. I don't ever listen to 8 songs. For example, if this is your first video ever watching me, which, you know, is possible, then I don't do stuff like this. You know, I don't check out multiple versions of one song, especially for the first time ever. This was a special case because I randomly draw from my Patreon request or PayPal request, and this person requested 7 or like 6 or 7 versions, all paid requests for this song, and then I just combined them with the other requests for anything that said Calamari Inkantation on it. So I just bundled them all together. So it happened to work out that way. You know, I wasn't really, well, I don't plan anything, but you know, it just kind of came about, and I just honored the random draw. So yeah, the fourth one, I think that was identical to this one. So I don't even think this counts. This one, pretty sure it was identical. I don't know, but I just wrote that it was identical, so it doesn't even really matter. The fifth one, I think that seems to be the same as this one. These three mix. It says DJ Octavio featuring the Squid Sisters and Deep Cut. I don't know what any of that means. But this one seems to be the one that like this maybe might be the most popular among the series. I don't know. But it was very fleshed out, right? The sounds were all clean and crisp. Everything sounds really good. They introduced a lot more stuff. The energy and the feel was always there. None of these songs ever like strayed too far from what is Calamari Inkantation. They just kind of had that brand to it. And this one just went a little bit more experimental. They had like these Middle Eastern scales, the background choir stuff, which I really enjoyed actually, and it fit actually pretty well. And also, is this the one I wrote where, yeah, I think I said this one was like the most musical. It was really impressive. It had a lot of just cool stuff going on. And I'd even introduced the first time we had like a halftime feel where the drums actually kind of go into a different groove. So overall, I think this was probably the most impressive one. And the sixth one, which I think was just the exact same. Yeah, it's the exact same one. I'm pretty sure. I even heard an extra loop of it, and I'm pretty sure it was the exact same one. Seventh one, and the last two were live versions. So this was, excuse me, this was the Nico Nico Live. I've heard of Nico Nico, but I'm not sure what that is. I just thought that was like a streaming service or something in Japan, but I really don't know what it is. This one was, I actually very much enjoyed this one, not because of the song too, but just everything going on, like the visuals, the holograms, and it was all fun and good times. But also, this is the first time that I heard the sound that I am familiar with prior to this video to what I now know in this video, which is like the rock stuff with the band and kind of punkish, rockish type stuff. So, and it worked well. Like I said, the melody is so well thought out and easy that it kind of works with anything. You could put this on a reggae song. You could put this probably on a country song. Who knows? As long as you have right, it'll probably work. This one also had the guitar solo, of course, the live one, which was actually really cool. And this is, yeah, basically just like a mixture of everything that I've heard up until that point here. And then the last one was this Animal Crossing one, which I think that was just the whole concert, not specifically this song. KK Robot Synth? I didn't even notice that before. Anyways, so this one seems to me, and I think it said too, that it was like the 3-mix version, aka Splatoon 3, but live with some extra things here and there, some extra singers maybe. So I really enjoyed this one too. And also the live sound is very good. It doesn't sound live per se. It still sounds very solid. Obviously they have Nintendo seems to really care for this series, at least. I don't know about like, you know, content wise or anything, but at least like the marketing side of it, it seems like they care, putting all this attention to it. But overall, after all that, I was thinking, I'm like, well, this is still a game song. So I'm like, what is the context here? But since I know nothing of Splatoon, the only thing I wrote for context is something as simple as, I have no idea. Well, that's a lie. Because at first I wrote no idea, and then I wrote like something after it. And what I think it could be, based on what I saw, the only thing I can think of where this would play in the game would be some sort of cutscene, or, well, that's kind of vague. But I don't see, well, let me rephrase it. I don't see it as like gameplay. I see it as a cutscene or like a live concert in game. I think I was told that there's like concerts or performances or something. There's like a lore of like bands of stuff. And when I think of the Squid Sisters, that sounds like a performance group. So, which was like this one, right? This little, yeah, like this. So this is what I can see it. I can see it actually being played like this. Say you beat a level and then this comes on or something like that. I really don't know. From an outsider, I'm noticing now, Splatoon is incredibly mysterious. You know, I thought it was something so simple, but it's something so complex. But I do like the music. The music is a reflection of the product, and it's all over the place. Just like I'm sure the game is. I've heard punk stuff. I think I've even heard like some kind of rap beats or something. I'm pretty sure. And now this, which had so many versions of it, watched by millions. Then I looked up what calamari meant because I never had calamari. I knew it was like a seafood or something. I thought it was shrimp, but I looked it up and it was squid. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then incantation, I don't know what that means. So I am sure the comment section of this video is going to dump all the lore, and that's fine. I'm not planning on playing it, so go ahead. But yeah, hopefully I just didn't offend anyone with me calling it like a party game or something. I know, that can sound kind of condescending, but I've just what I thought it was based on how it looks and the colorfulness of it. It looks very like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I could see why this is the most popular, just based on strictly the fact that it's an insane earworm. Insane. But it's also a very good song. I like the mixture of different cultures, I like that. Sounded, it's got like the European kind of beats sometimes. It has the Chinese sound. It has the Middle Eastern sound. It's kind of all over the place. And then a little bit of like the J-pop. So I don't know. It just seems to be all over the place. I have way more questions than I got answers. I just think Splatoon is always going to be one of those that I hear. And I still have more requests for Splatoon. But I think it's going to be one of those that I hear. And I'm just always going to be lost as hell. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, you're watching someone just ramble, not knowing anything. If I did know stuff and then watch these, I'd be kind of dumb and kind of boring, actually. But I think it's more fun having someone who doesn't know what they're talking about guess quite a lot. Some are misses, some I'm probably getting correct. Who knows? That's the fun of it. Anyways, thank you, BackwardCap, dFangX, and Victor. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters. Thanks to you for watching, especially my Platinum supporters, Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanatel, Kalinin, Gardlane, Mushimari, Justin, and Nox. I thank you all for watching. More Splatoon is still coming. And, also tell me what spicy means. Spicy Calamari Inkantation. I saw there was like this one right here. Anyways, let me know all the Splatoon stuff. And I'm a fan. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. This has been the Auditorium. Have a good night. Later.